Alright, this is Whitey with Down for Anything Records. This is Cody from Mere Phantoms. Can you tell everyone a little bit about your band?
Sure. Like you said, I'm Cody. I play guitar and sing in Mere Phantoms. We're like political type of hardcore band, I guess, from this area. We just put out an EP.
Tell me about the recording process for the new EP.
The recording process was super tight. We recorded with Beard, who runs like a small label called Gravel Road Pro, and he actually inherited like an old historical church. He bought it for $1, so we got to record in that church, which was pretty black metal. So that was tight.
$1, that's crazy.
Crazy.
How did the band come together?
Steve, our drummer who also sings, and I just wanted to do something different because we kind of been in like other eerie bands for like a while. So,
Like who?
Steve was in Sinking Sun and History's End. I was in Guts and Glory and Biter.
Any other bands?
I was in Hand in Hand.
Tell me about that. I'm just gonna talk about that.
Yeah, thanks.
Alright, how did you get involved with hardcore and punk music? From the beginning.
From the beginning. Well, it started out I was a nu metal kid, like really into nu metal. But I think that from that was kind of like my introduction to like extreme music, and I started getting into more like the like mall goth screamo like bullshit like Under Oath and stuff, but that kind of like was a good segue into like legitimate music. I was exposed to like straight edge through AFI, for example, and kind of went from there and got like weirder shit like Orchid and Botch and Converge and stuff at like a young age. So
How long have you been going to shows?
Since I was 16, 17. You know, there wasn't too many shows, so I had to wait till my friends had cars or something, because we grew up in a small town, so we had to get to other cities to see shows.
If you had to pick one album to completely change your life, what album is it and why?
I mean, it's gonna sound stupid, but because I can name something like cool, it would give me like cool guy points. But I think that it would be "Sing the Sorrow" by AFI. That had really big impact on my perception of music, and also my understanding of the punk world. As cheesy as that sounds.
You just got the most cool guy points.
Tight.
What's your favorite album so far this year?
I know it's gonna be Converge, but that ain't out yet. I would say that so far it's Half Blood by Horseback, which is sort of like a doomy psychedelic kind of record on Relapse. It's really good.
How do you feel about the state of hardcore in 2012?
It's hard to say. That's a weird question. Do you mean like okay? By hardcore, do you mean?
I mean, extreme music, underground, punk, whatever.
2012. I think that hardcore lives on message boards, and I don't know. Just like I said, like growing up and going to shows, I watched a significant decrease in like the kids who go to shows, but a significant increase on the kids who post on message boards, and also less bands and stuff. So it really seems like kids don't give a fuck anymore, which is a really cheesy, jaded old guy thing to say, but wouldn't you agree?
Are you a jaded old guy?
No, because I'm still really excited by a lot of things that I see, and I still go to a decent amount of shows. So no, I don't think I'm jaded. I just think that 2012 hardcore is really weirdly divided, and
How? Like divided?
I think that because it's the age of convenience, that kids can get really into their own niche. You know, with the internet, you see what you want to see and nothing else. So if you're a hardstyle kid, you probably only give a shit about hardstyle shows because it's convenient, it's easy, you know, and that applies to any other type of genre.
Gotcha. Alright, let's pretend for 1 second that you had the magical ability to erase one band from hardcore history. Who is it and why?
Oh man.
One band.
Hardcore? So I can't say Metallica.
No, not Metallica, but I agree with that right there.
One band from hardcore history. I want to say One Life Crew.
That's what I was thinking.
You're thinking One Life Crew because of their music sucks horribly and they're like racist, white supremacist dickbags. But I'd say as far as like an impact on hardcore, probably considering the state of hardcore now and what I personally don't like, I'd probably erase Cro-Mags.
Really?
We were talking about them earlier, and I feel like this whole the hard style, like I'm a dark guy but I'm mosh hard sort of thing is like really played out, and I really see that stemming from like Cro-Mags. I mean, it should come from Biohazard, the superior band.
That video for Punishment, that's where it's at.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you there.
You can't argue with me there. All right. So you obviously have strong beliefs as a band. What are your feelings on the Down for Anything zine that we put out? Honest opinions.
All right, if I was to straight talk you, I thought that knowing you guys, I know what you're going for, but it was pretty sexist. not gonna front. Pretty sexist. I think not my cup of tea.
That's it? That's your opinion on it?
I think that you guys got a cool thing going and you have the right to say whatever you want to say. Just, you know, different viewpoints. It was something you had in mind.
Opinion on the cover. Show the camera the cover.
The cover, I think, is an exquisite work of art. You have Eli Pacilio, who is a significant figure in all of our lives. He was currently in Yellowstone, correct?
Yes.
Doing laundry. I think that it's probably up there with iconic covers such as 4 by Led Zeppelin. I believe it was 4.
Oh, okay.
Abbey Road by the Beatles.
It's up there with that?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it's I think it's wonderful.
Gotcha. Alright, what are your upcoming plans for the fall and winter months?
For the band?
Yeah, for the band.
Well, Steve and I are still in school and it's our senior year, so we're kind of like, you know, not trying to go too crazy. But that aside, we just released our EP, like I said. I think we're going to try to put that on cassette because kids eat that shit up, which is stupid.
Capitalist pigs.
Yeah, right, yeah. So we're going to do that. Beyond that, we have a split coming out in later this year with Barlow, who is like an Erie-based like shoegaze band. We're gonna do that and hopefully get that pressed on vinyl. And then we later this year, early next year, we're doing a 3-way split with 2 of our friends' bands from Pittsburgh, Pray for Teeth and Rabid Pigs, and that's gonna be a 10 or a 12-inch, and that'll be on vinyl as well. Yeah, I know it's gonna probably be pricey, but so hopefully someone can put it out. Something to consider. So,
nice.
And we're going on tour also with Pray for Teeth in the winter, hopefully, and probably doing a small jaunt around Thanksgiving.
Where are your shows? Where you thinking of going?
We're gonna try to head south, mainly because it's warm, and I feel like I don't need to justify that any more than that. It's horrible weather here all the time, so if we can go south, that'll be clutch.
All right. Well, we just blazed through the questions I had, but now you talk about you and Steve a lot. Tell me a little bit about the third member of the band, because I don't know him that well.
Eddie. Eddie is our bass player, and he also sings. I talk about Steve and I a lot because we kind of like put the band together initially, and Eddie joined on. But Eddie is an integral part of the band because I feel like when Eddie joined the band, things got serious. Eddie is your typical good at everything type of guy. Great bass player. He can like wire stuff. He's an electrician. I think he's an excellent husband. He's married. Very impressive.
How old is he?
22.
That is young.
He is young, but I think he's a real dude. So I'm beginning to think that this is not for our viewers, but perhaps just for you, Whitey.
Well, I don't know him, so.
But no, he's been on since we started the band Sirius, and yeah, couldn't do without him.
So
he's in another band, by the way, called Glass Lungs, and they're very excellent. They're getting ready to put out an EP.
Where are they from?
I don't know where the drummer's from. I don't know him too well. but their guitarist slash other vocalist is from Pittsburgh.
Gotcha.
Adam.
Gotcha. What bands right now do you think kids should be checking out? Top 5, you'd say. I mean, you could do more than that, but...
I think you just gotta get your staples down. 2012 was a big year. I think that if you're not checking out the new Converge, the new Pig Destroyer, and the new Neurosis, then you're a poser.
Okay.
That's just me. I don't know, like, I think that a lot of this new stuff, as far as, like, hardcore, I don't know. Nothing's really interesting me too much in hardcore. I keep up with what's going on with Death Wish, but for the most part, I'm just, like, a weird goth guy now. I don't know.
So just those 3 releases? No hidden gems that you have that no one else?
There's a band from Canada called Damages. They put out an album this year called Indignation, and it's like hardcore along the vein of like 108, and it's really good. I really recommend it.
Canada, huh?
Canada. Yeah, Vancouver, I believe.
All right.
So it's got a big hockey theme.
So do you have any upcoming shows soon?
Yeah. We are playing a show this coming Monday in Pittsburgh at the Roboto Project, which is a great venue, well established, with Old Wounds, who's on Glory Kid, some band I don't know, and Pray for Teeth and Means to an End from Pittsburgh. And then we are playing in Erie this coming Thursday, a week from tomorrow, with pretty much all locals. That'd be tight.
Speaking of that show, how do you feel about promoters not paying bands?
I think okay, here's how I feel about that. I think that you see these shows going on that are like 6, 7 bands in these smaller cities, and and they're all touring bands, and you probably haven't heard any of them, and you're like, how are they paying for all of these bands? Like, why would they book this if they can't pay these bands like some like fucking gas money or something? Just like anything, or I just think it's really messed up. Like, as a promoter, you have, I think, a lot of responsibilities towards the bands that you book. I think that some kids just do it to be cool, but that's a big responsibility, telling a band who's probably like miles away from home that you have a show from them, and they come play to 4 kids, you don't give them any money, and then what? So I'm not a fan.
Well said.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any last comments, shout outs, anything like that? Anything you want to tell everyone?
I think this shout out DFA for that's down for anything. Trying to avoid the lawsuit. Down for anything for the interview. Shout out to the other guys at DFA, Corey and Tom, who aren't here.
Obviously.
For letting me use their namesake without their permission. Man, I don't know. Our friends in Run Forever have a new album coming out called Settling, and it's on Tiny Engines. That's gonna be tight. You should check that out. Shout out to Moe's for having infinite chips.
That place sucks.
All right,
This interview's over. I'm sick of you.